Hey everyone, how you doing today? I'll take another look at the workshop and see what was out there. Lots of stuff, lots of really cool stuff. Have it split into two areas. So the first two creations are vanilla, and I'm in vanilla right now. And the rest of the creations in the video are all Reforged Eden. So I'll jump to a Reforged Eden creative mode to show those. So the very first one here is the CDS-75 Vimena V2 by Semp. And I'm not sure if I said the name right. It is Vimana. So it's either Vimena or Vimena. I would assume. Again, I could say that right. English and me don't get along very good, but that's my native language. So anyway, so my first impressions on this ship is it definitely looks like something that would be practical in game. It's kind of like a all-around carrier, from what I'm gathering on it. It has quite a lot of defenses on it, but it also has a lot of hangar space. It does have some, besides like defensive weapons, which you could probably consider a lot of these turrets out back, maybe for protection against other ships or drones or whatever. It does have some offensive weapons on it as well, including a set of 6 of these pulse lasers. Now here, let me get the HUD on one looking at this too. The base hull material on this looks to be hardened steel. Does have, oh wow, we also have drills on here too. So this is kind of designed to do a lot of stuff and move around a lot of equipment with it. Really pretty cool design. I do like a lot of the shaping, the big angles that it has on it in places, and kind of beveled edges here. Kind of the use of the round block on the sides here, and then how the glass kind of cuts into that, appearing inside the ship. That's all pretty cool stuff. Cool looking strafing thruster position as well, with the pipes and the trim or the thruster housing around there. And some colors that really stand out too. That is something I have kind of noticed with a lot of Semp's creations. He likes some color, and not afraid of some color. So yeah, no, it's really cool. It almost looks like it would float too, if it was sitting in the water or something like that. But no, it's a cool looking ship here. So I'm gonna go to Nightlight here and go take a walk throughout the ship here and see what we got going on. So right off the gate, it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of lights, but there's a lot of texture lights, which give it a kind of a lot of detail. I do like how that's looking in the dark here, making these lines here along the walls, also with the curved pattern, and then the different color around the edges when you would actually leave the hangar space. And quite a large hangar in this as well. Really nice that way. So you got a repair bay right in back here, which makes a lot of sense. Plus a lot of places to park stuff and deploy stuff out these side hangar doors throughout. Looks like we do have an elevator going to a different floor there, and then here, let me turn on this a minute here, and then we've got looks like some good function stuff out in this section here. So we've got our ammo box, O2 med bay, armor locker, armor repair, storage controller, another storage controller, some constructors, and it looks like we've got kind of yeah, it looks like it's kind of the same on both sides here. So you got especially if you had, like, if you're playing co-op, one person could kind of gravitate towards one side and have all the function without interfering with the other person. Shield mounted up top here. I like how the front of this hangar area here looks. Oh, and also the presentation of like some of these parts, like O2 tanks. It's a cool looking assembly there. I kind of like. I'm always a sucker for that when you see parts displayed like they belong there, and it's like a bigger structure than just a random O2 tank or fuel tank or something like that just sitting somewhere. This gives them all homes, and it kind of looks like there's a little bit of filler blocks in there too, like you could add some more stuff in those same areas. Here, let me here, I'll turn off. Oh, maybe not. Let me hop in this room up here. So we got looks like some CPU, our CPU room over here. So we got our main core and what am I looking at here? Core. Oh, that's wireless. Okay, yeah. There's your core. There's your CPU blocks. Now this is a vanilla creation, so it has the 4 advanced CPU cores only. Big generator here behind the hardened glass or the armored glass over there. Makes a lot of sense. Let's hop up to the next floor over here. So, Pentaxa tank, couple more smaller generators, fuel tank. Kind of an overlook over there. We've got our shield obviously chilling there. Nice looking controls here for the for that stuff, and our warp drive is also on the other side of this room. So lots going on there. This is kind of an interesting way to do the O2 in this room here, using the round one to a pipe extension. I don't believe this pipe extension is airtight, so therefore this works and doesn't get blocked. Pretty slick idea. Kind of like that. Might have to try that out sometime. Let's see, what else do we got going on here? So we went in that door at the front of the hangar. And yeah, some interesting stuff going on with the ceilings too, and the curved blocks with some texture lights and some different metal textures there. Let's go take one of these side elevators up here. Let me turn off this again. Okay, so now we got some red lighting in this area here. Looks like a control station here. Oh, it's kind of cool. A window. Looks like it's extra protected. It's got an extra layer of those grates outside of the glass there. Some LCD work over here. Some different stuff about a MagCat 4 assembly and a MagCat 2 assembly. We have to have those. I don't know what that means, so I gotta say I don't know what the MagCat means. Maybe that is a term I'm unfamiliar with. Probably is. So okay, so I didn't even notice the door here. So this gets us out to a different. Actually, yeah, this is a different level. This is not the main hangar that we're looking at down there. This is a different section here. Also looks like it could support a lot of probably SVs or maybe really small CVs. And some more function over here, O2 and repair and armor lockers and container controllers out throughout the section here. I like this little catwalk here going up top here. See where this takes us to. Here, let me get the light on here. So it looks like we got kind of a cargo storage area, and also our way to the main bridge here. Again with O2 and health, and looks like some passenger seats all around. Main pilot view here for first person view, kind of looking over the front of the ship. Very cool. And we got a big crew area here. Bunch of beds, bunch of showers. And some closets and bathrooms and everything that you'd want in there. That's cool. Made for a pretty good sized crew. And okay, so this is one of the doors that's going off to those side landing pads. A couple of storage boxes over here. Oh, then we got kind of a chill out area here. Looks like with some more showers, a little bit fancier. A couple tables, even a TV. And kind of a fuller bathroom over there. And it's probably could be the captain's quarters. Very potentially. Oh, looks like kind of like a training room or something like that over here. Everybody kind of mission planning room, something like that. Yeah, that's cool. Nice thought on that one. Okay, and then that gets us back out to there. And then we got our rear gravity generator that we passed there. We already been in that section. This was to the main bridge. So let me go back down again. and see if there's CDS-75. Oh, I like how the names put across the front of this top hangar section here. Let's go through this door. Oh, and then we got grow plots as well here. So nice. Looks like what would that be? 20. No, those are 4x5. So it looks like 40 grow plots in this section. If my math is right. Yep. Oh, another crew area here. So more of almost like a cafeteria kind of thing. Mess hall, fridges, places to sit, and this kind of overlooks over the part of this lower hangar or area again with all the cargo boxes. I like how that's displayed here. That is cool. And then we've got a way going up to. Let's see, it goes. Oh, there's some more doors off the side here too. Okay, so off to more of the landing pads on the side, and a landing pad on the front. I didn't find access getting in the front here too much, so let me see what's going on. Oh yeah, okay, I guess yeah, we were out in this area. So in front of that is basically armor. We've got a big thruster in there too, which has a lot of hit points. So kind of a protection. Oh, sorry about that. Got to get those telemarketers calling. All right. Yeah, no, really cool ship here. Looks like it would have a lot of good function to it for gameplay and be able to move a lot of equipment around. Let's take a look at some of the other specs here, like storage and stuff. So let me hop in there first. So on our storage, looks like it's all labeled nicely here. So we've got ammo, different ammo boxes for different kinds of ammunition, which is kind of cool, and that's all labeled too. So we got projectile, flak, 30 mil. And we got some cargo boxes, emergency harvest. So that's a controller, 288K storage there. Food in. Okay, so that'd be a regular cargo box. Food out, med in. Probably regular cargo boxes for those. Miscellaneous in out. So we got another 288 over here. Another 288. And then we get into some storage here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like they do fluctuate a little bit in their overall size, but one of them was 320. And the trade, again, you know, Semp, he plays the game, and he's quite experienced at playing the game, so he knows what he wants in his ships and how he wants it organized, and that's really cool. That's really cool. He's got places for like everything. It looks like. Very well laid out for gameplay purpose and staying organized, which is definitely a cool thing. So a lot of the cargo, even the controllers, will fluctuate a little bit in size, but it's basically what's needed for a particular kind of item, and all the different kinds of items looks like they're accounted for here, or pretty much all. That's cool. So what else do we got going on here? Let's take a look at our main stats. So we're size class 8, unlock level 25, 21 hour build time, 21 hour and 3 minutes. Our speeds and motions look really good. We've got extra emphasis on lift thrust. Strafing is probably the lowest of all the stats, but it's not bad at all. 49 ms isn't bad at all for strafing. 98 forward, 98 backwards, 98 down. A lot of fuel tanks, 17 fuel tanks, a lot of oxygen tanks, quite a decent set of weapons. One thing here, this one, it would probably require you not to have the weapon limits option on due to the count of the flak turrets. I believe you could only go up to 10 or 12, which is not a big deal. I don't necessarily like those particular rules on the weapons limits myself. A lot of creations, I just kind of ignore those depending on what I'm trying to do. So yeah, very, very cool ship. Again, CDS-75 Vimena V2 by Semp. Cool ship, vanilla build. Oh, CPU wise, I almost forgot about the CPU. CPU-wise, not a problem at all. 10 million CPU vanilla. It doesn't. It's got a lot of available CPU beyond the fact here, so it's not going to have any issues with that whatsoever. Yeah, nice practical ship for gameplay use is what I would say, and kind of a a carrier type, but it also does some mining. It can do some combat. It can move around a lot of stuff and defend itself. So very cool. So the next one here is this green guy over here, and this is the Dishara, and this is by Nebuchadnezzar. I said that wrong. Nebuchadnezzar. Pretty cool looking ship. I like how this cockpit front section is set up, and then it's got like these two hallways that kind of go to the back portion of the ship. And obviously, I would say I didn't go over like the whole description, but I would almost say that this has something to do with maybe Klingon, Star Trek kind of thing. But I'm not 100% on that. Maybe I got that wrong. But for some reason, it looks a little bit familiar, but I can't quite place it. It's this double hull section over here with the kind of a little bit of the Klingon look with the wing structure, but I could have that wrong. This could be a different race entirely, if it was even in Star Trek. But pretty cool looking ship. I like the LCD here on the back. Again, looks like it's got a pretty good size hangar on it. Interesting LCD over here too. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like that. And we got some like front arms over here. Looks like we got an interesting way in the ship here. I do believe this would be our main access doors, at least. I'm not sure if that's the only one or not, but let's go to Nightlight. We'll go take a walk through here a minute. A couple other things I wanted to look at too is the base hull material. It's something I've been trying to remember to look at. So we got hardened steel, looks like, as our base hull material. Now that doesn't mean the whole ship's that way. It just means the primary hull blocks are made of that. It could have reinforcing or Xeno or even carbon in other places. But the base hull material is just that. So yeah, carbon interior. I do the same thing too. Yeah, it would be really, really heavy if you built like all the interior stuff too, also with your base hull material, especially if it's a heavier material. So yeah, as soon as we walk in here, it looks like we've got some functionality here: O2, med, and armor lockers. So for quick deployment out of the ship, as well as a container controller. And then we've got, it says, okay, so main corridor. Oh, it's a bit of an illusion. That is a LCD. It's not a door, it's an LCD, so you walk right through it. Interesting. Kind of a cool idea. I like that. So let's go up this elevator, and I would assume right through the LCD again. Yep. Oh, look at that. So now we're to a big hallway here. So that's an interesting way to do doors, using actually LCDs. And when you get close enough, or it might just be the in-game, probably is the in-game glitch with the LCDs of having the text disappearing at certain angles, which is just quite frankly unavoidable. I really do hope that gets addressed someday. It's been ongoing for quite a while now. Yeah, but okay, so this is a big hallway. So let's take this up front here. So this must be that I believe either that top or bottom corridor. Okay, so this is the bottom corridor going across the hall here. So I'd assume probably a lot of the ships in back here too. So no, I'm heading towards the back. I got twisted. Aft bridge. Oh, that's cool. So, all right. So what do we got here? Oh, a lot of LCDs and stuff going on in this section here. That looks really cool. Some yeah, I've seen this. I've used this one myself before. this particular LCD. But this one went through some color changes. I actually did some color changes when I used it too, just to blend it into the color I was using for the other LCDs. That's cool. That's cool that you can modify and use those. So we got our pilot seat right over here. God, we walked through this. So all the doors, it looks like, are basically LCDs with information on them. That is pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Again, I don't think I've seen that done before. So let's take a walk around here a little bit, and how do we get down to our hangar? Not sure. Almost. Am I missing something? Oh, I gotta remember to look for the LCDs too. Maybe there is a LCD like this one that takes us to a elevator that probably gets down to the hangar. Yes. Okay. Makes sense. A nice spacious hangar here. It looks like it's got a lot of stuff going on here. Oh, look at that. Big LCD across the hangar floor. Yeah, that's cool. That can add a lot of detail to a hangar floor. Like you can do a pretty big section even with one LCD. I think 5 by 5 block spaces. So you could actually make some pretty cool looking stuff on the hangar floor. Again, Bing, new idea. That's what's so great about looking at other authors' work. I mean, everybody comes up with different ideas, and it's just being able to see those ideas and then be like, hey, maybe I could do something like that in my own creation. That's pretty slick. I never thought of doing that. And there's a lot of that. So we got a barricade override here. Huh? I like how this armor station is displayed here. Armor locker right above it. That's cool. And we got our med bay here. Yeah, named to the ship. Oh, look at that. That's not a symbol that's built into the game, I don't believe. So that I haven't seen it at least. I was always looking for something like that, some kind of decal or something you could put on a med bay. But this is LCD work, and that's not like a preset. So that's interesting. That looks like it would be pretty complicated to make that, and I can't say I've seen this before. I've seen some of these LCDs. I mean, some of them are part of these packages for everyone to use and stuff like that, but I haven't seen that symbol before. So yeah, our med bay here, which looks like we've got our main station up there, and I would say 1, 2, 3. Am I missing one? So we got the 2 small parts and one of the big parts. It's almost like we're missing one. Not sure why. Oh yeah, I thought there was a second one that was a little bit bigger. I'm not even sure what it does or if it's even needed, but I usually just don't question it, throw them all in. Very nice though. I like the piping along the hangar over here too. That is cool. So ground access, crew quarters. Wow, this goes out this way quite a ways here. Crew quarters out this way. Nice. So bathrooms, showers, place for the crew to sleep, lockers. Yeah, more utility going down the hallway here. Controller, and this goes out this isn't the way I came in at. No, I came in way up over there, so I'm way on one of these back wing areas now. I like how these are textured. I like that red on the bottom side of the staircases. That's pretty cool. And the general darkness here. So I gotta assume ground access, missile launchers, missile launcher. Oh, look at this. That's cool. Little RP, I would say here, but no, that is cool, and so it's got like some tactical launcher bays over here, and then like a control station for it. And these would be essentially the launchers. Of course, they're just using antennas right now for this. more of a RP thing, but that's pretty cool. This gets along back over here and wraps around to the other way out. So it looks like there's 3 ground access ways into the ship. We've been in here. So ship hangar, ship access, missile launcher. That's a pretty big ship. I know there's I gotta say that there's a good section of the ship I have not seen yet. There's a second hallway that goes across the hall to the front, and that is where I haven't been yet, I believe. So, but how do I get there? Upper engineering aft bridge, main corridor. So let's go up. I guess we'll take this all the way to the top and then through here. So am I on the upper hallway this time? I am. Okay, so this is the hallway I have not been through, which would have quite a ways. I like how all the shaping along here is with the texture lights embedded. It's kind of got that dark look. The cyan lighting looks pretty cool with that dark look too. Nice accent. So we got our main bridge over there. Looks like a teleporter. Yeah, nice. And clone chamber. I'm not going to bash people for clone chambers. I'm just not. Too many things came out that show alternative use for a baseline clone chamber to that difference is a little bit different than that of a med bay. So maybe it is something that we do want in the creation, especially if it's going to be like your home spawn creation, I believe is the thing. So let's see here, and then we're down to the looks like the very main bridge. I gotta say, you see that? Oh wow, yeah. I thought this at first. I was looking at some form of shadow, but it's actually a big LCD laid out along there, and the pilot chair kind of fits in the middle of it there. That's cool. I really dig that. And then we got some of our keyboards over here, and warp drive stuff, reactor status, pressure. Huh, yeah, that's cool. It's got kind of some green lights in this section. That's pretty cool too. So a little bit of lighting fluctuation. Again, some really good looking LCDs and stuff like that. Yeah, a lot of different function on here. So upper corridor, engineering overlook. Let's go up here again and see what's through some of these other ways. Okay, it looks like we got a quick out of the ship over there on either side. That's a pretty convenient thing. Am I missing another corridor off from here? So we had our bridge. Yeah, the bridge is here. Okay, so yeah, just kind of a main corridor that would walk you all the way to the back side of the ship here. Although I don't think I've walked this direction and seen this before, so. What are we looking at here? Definitely see the Wi-Fi here. It's a glass structure, so engineering, bridge, hangar deck. Let's head down. Engineering hydroponics. Oh yeah. Yeah, this whole engineering section. That's a pretty big area here. A lot of stuff going on. Look at all the pipe work. A lot of LCDs in this too. That's a lot of work to place all those LCDs. This looks cool. Like how these generators are displayed here. I'm probably picking up some heat and rads, but I think I won if I was on the floor. But it also yeah, no, caution area. That's cool. Yeah. Yeah, cool display. Again, yeah, I'm a real sucker for taking these in-game parts and, you know, building whatever around them to make them look like a thing. You know, put those parts on display with housings and everything like that. I think is a great thing to make it look more detailed, for sure. This is pretty interesting what's going on with the glass over here too. And the LCD running through the middle of it. Ladder up on the one side here. Yeah, there's a lot going on in this room. Obviously, it's housing your big important parts of the ship too, generators and shield and warp drive and all that fun stuff. What's this? Hydroponics. Oh yeah, got to have the hydroponics section. So it looks like we've got 18 grow plots on this side. Curious if there's another one of those on the other side of this room space. Up another catwalk. Doesn't look like it though. It looks like it's asymmetrical out in this area. And then we got our CPU core blocks over here. Again, vanilla creation, so this would probably take CPU extender T3. So maybe this doesn't use a lot of CPU. We'll look at that in a second here. I would think it would take a lot of CPU. I'm seeing some big CPU sucking thrusters on this ship, so I thought it would want 4 advanced cores. Just flying through the hall a little bit here. Gravity generator. Oh, that's cool. I like how that's displayed too. Yeah, oh yeah, a lot of cool displays here for all these parts. You know, you had this big room area, make it look cool, make it look like an engineering area, and just kind of set up this big assembly here that goes right down the middle of it. Almost looks like it's all like joined here with the LCDs that are kicking on through the glass and through the whole setup there. Again, a pretty cool idea. That's neat too. What's going on here with the glass on how that kind of sits on the side there. Some interesting ideas. Definitely cool ideas in this ship here. So, all right. Well, anyway, let's take a look at some. Let me get the daylight back on here a minute. Take a look at some specs. So to start with, CPU-wise, we're within the 10 million CPU. I must have misread that. It must have 4 of the advanced CPU cores in it. Or maybe it has some form of dual compatibility between Reforged Eden as well. I haven't really checked that. Size class 10, unlocked level 25, 26-hour, build time even. Really good forward thrust, lift thrust. Again, the same thing I would always do too is the least amount of thrust is usually strafing, unless it was a ship built for that for a particular reason, usually pertaining to combat. 48 MS back, 11 oxygen tanks, 18 fuel tanks. Quite a loadout of weaponry on here. Pulse laser turret, retractable artillery. It looks like they are conforming to the weapon limits, the base weapon limits. I don't see anything that's sticking out to me as too many of one type. The game obviously lets you put in as many as you want when you're building these. It's just if you're playing the game in a certain setup, there's an option where you can not have too many of one kind of weapon. But this doesn't look like that would be a problem. Not that I can tell here. Rocket turret. No, that's fine. So rocket and flak. Yeah, no, it looks like all the numbers balance out good. Very nice, very nice. So yeah, that again is the D-Shara, and that is by Nebuchadnezzar. I probably said the name wrong again. It sounds so familiar. Like I've heard this name, and I can't quite recall exactly how it's pronounced, though. But anyway, very cool. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to jump out of this game and pop into Reforged Eden real quick. Which I do have set up for that. And we'll take a look at the other creations here. I didn't used to do this, but I felt it's not that hard to do, and it would accurately portray, the specs of a creation on what it was made for, rather than trying to show all things in one or the other. So that's kind of what this is about. Here, let me adjust my light in this area. And okay, so the first one over here is this shark-looking creation here, and this is this is the Akula Reforged by Artemis Rogue, and I noticed this in the spotlight this morning, and I thought it looked pretty cool, especially with the shark teeth going on here on the front, and the general head of this looking like yeah, it definitely looks like a shark. So this is I would probably put this in the realm of a combat vessel just by early looks at it, especially with looks like a lot of open launcher positions, as well as a lot of baseline turrets on here as well. Yeah, cool looking cockpit, and the white teeth with the tongue inside of here too. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And it looks like there's some glass in here too. It's hard to see the glass, but there's yeah, probably a bunch of armored glass in here as actual defense as well. So let's see what our base hull looks like here. So it looks like we got steel. Yeah, steel hull. I'm seeing some carbon out on the hull. It could be smaller blocks or things like that. I don't know. Maybe, I'd say quite a lot of carbon and hardened steel over here. So it's definitely a mixed hull design. Probably a little bit more advanced setup. And who knows? Who knows what's on the inside of that too? We're just looking at our hull material, so I can't really say what the hull is exactly made of on this. It fluctuates depending on where you're looking at on the ship. I'm sure some areas are protected more than others, but yeah, overall design here, that's pretty cool. It's even got the shark fin on the top there too. It's kind of like shark coloring too. I wonder if the bottom side's got a little white going on there. A lot of sharks do have a white underside. So yeah, I'm seeing some locations. It looks like here and there for some more turrets. At least I'm just guessing that is a turret location, as well as like over here with that symbol in the middle. And then we have quite a few turrets already on here too. I like these front. I like this thruster setup here with the round blockwork housing going around it. That actually looks pretty good. And yeah, with the choice of blocks right around the edge here, that looks yeah, it really rounds it off nicely. And yeah, these almost looks like some kind of like hanging wing launcher points here. Plus, we've got some sentry guns around here too, quite a few of them to keep the whole backside protected. It looks like when you're landed on the ground. Nice fluctuation in color as well. We've got some blue and some different shades of gray, and even some whites in the mix here. I'll have to lift this off the ground and see if the underside's white. I don't know why. Not that it matters. I'm just curious. This is cool on the back here. Some it's a door over here, some outside utility, and even a nice LCD in the glass showing that on that side. And we got a shower for rads over on the other side. Yeah, that's cool. So yeah, you don't have to run all the way in. If you're in an emergency situation, you can just pop up here and get fixed up before having to run in the whole ship here. So yeah, landing pad. Yeah, out of the carbon substrate texture, but with the decals over it. That's kind of cool. It's lifted up a little bit, which is that's different. Okay, so there's a floor under there, and then it looks like we've got our long range radar on the bottom side there. I like the styling in here. It looks nice and clean. Let me do the lighting thing here. Yeah, nice LCDs. Got a cargo box over there. Yeah, cool black elevator set up here. Shutter door on the bottom side of that. Med bay. Let's go check that out. Oh, nice roomy med bay. Looks like it's got say all our medical equipment and a fridge. Yeah, and I like the LCD over the window here too. Then we got an elevator in the med bay. Let's see if that just goes to, oh yeah, kind of a waiting room over here, I would guess, or actually kind of a fully furnished room. You could sleep, you could take a shower, watch TV, grab food, go to the bathroom. Yeah, so kind of a lot of stuff up there. What's behind this one? Oh, a catwalk goes across the hangar. Yeah, that's cool looking LCD work on the front there. It looks like we've got an embedded shield behind the armored glass there, as well as CPU core blocks. Yeah, that's cool. So we got over on this side here. It looks like another chill out place over here. And then more of a nothing for the enemy. Kitchen area. Some places to sit and chill. Well, that's all right off the hangar. A big control console there. And your subspace control. Must have that. So let's go up here. So that's back to the catwalk. What do we got? Oh, wow, what do we got going on over here? So we're kind of overlooking, or right above the hangar area. Mechanics and our grow plot section here. So it looks like you'd pop in some grow plots, 18 grow plots over here. And what's up the back here? Oh, place for a teleporter. Okay, nice. Got some upgradable functionality here. We could see that too by some extra weapon positions on the exterior of the ship too. Nice looking room. I do like the clean look on the different colors with between the grays, the blacks, and the whites. So we got production over here. Looks like a place for a secondary constructor or deconstructor. Actually, quite a few places for that. Yeah, interesting floor, different texture going on here. That looks cool. I like how this is set up on the side here. It looks like we've got a lot of decorative items here. At first, I was going to say that's an armor locker, but the Cryo Chambers. Does anybody know if these things actually do any game function? I like to use them a lot for the creel, but I just kind of view them as purely decorative without any function at all. But I'm not completely solid on that, if there is some kind of function in game for those things. So we got oxygen in the med bay over here, and then it looks like we walk up to the bridge, our first person view bridge over here, pilot seat. It looks like some quick escapes out of the bridge. So again, a very practical thing. When you're flying around shooting and you say you take down an enemy ship or POI, usually you would want to go out and loot it, and the quickest way you can do that from where you're piloting the ship, probably the better. A lot of those are timed. Some of the stuff disappears after a while. You never know if you're going to get attacked by something else. So yeah, time is of essence. So having a nice escape from the bridge is definitely a well thought out idea. And going all the way to the top here. Okay, so we can get up to the top here. Yeah, I would definitely say a lot of these are turret mount positions too. They would make a lot of sense. They got good firing lines and things like that. So definitely set up for a lot of combat. Now, one thing I did want to do, and I'm not sure if I hit every area inside the ship here, but I did want to fly through it a little bit and see what's kind of going on the inside here. And it does look like we have a lot of protection. I kind of half expected this. So we got some Xeno in here, some armored glass, making like barrier walls through the shell of the ship. It's all kind of a part of a thing to make a strong ship lightweight as much as possible. so it would get better performance flying. Yeah, really cool ship. Really cool ship. Looks like it would get the job done. Looks like you could add quite a bit more guns yet to it, but it does come, stock with a decent barrage of weapons as well. Let's take a look at some specs here. So CPU-wise, looks like it comes stock over the 2.1 million. So it looks like it would need some CPU blocks right off the gates to hit the 2.5 million. Size class 6, pretty much even, 18-hour and 5-minute build time. Good forward thrust. Yeah, but pretty good strafing thrust, especially in Reforged Eden too. You got to look at the numbers here a little bit different in Reforged Eden. They are lower than you would see these in vanilla. So when you start to see these numbers in Reforged Eden, it means it does have some pretty good thrust versus weight ratio. And then good lift thrust as well. 5 fuel tanks, not too bad. You could run out of fuel a little quicker, but you can always put more fuel in pretty easily too. Only 1 oxygen tank. It's a little light. A lot of room in the ship. You could definitely add more, but that's a little light. Only one time have I run into a problem with oxygen, and it was the biggest creation I ever did, the MCR Leviathan. I already had like 20-30 oxygen tanks in there, and then when I went to go turn on oxygen to get in all the ventilators, or more that I didn't get in yet, and to test, make sure everything was sealed, I could not, it wouldn't let me turn on the oxygen. Turns out I needed close to 80 oxygen tanks in that ship, or the area inside it didn't have enough volume for the amount of oxygen tanks I had. That was honestly the only time I ran into that problem, where it was just like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize I need to add like another 30 oxygen tanks to this thing. So yeah, very, very cool looking design here. Looks like it was well thought out. I like the artistic front here as well. Not to mention all that glass there that you virtually don't see is actually protection too. So makes the front area there able to withstand some pretty good impacts and things like that. Very cool. And that again is the oh man, I got this list. You see, I got an alt tab out every time I go look at all the different names and things like that. I really I need to hook up a second monitor is what my big problem is here. Anyway, yeah, this is the Akula Reforged by Artemis Rogue. So next here, we've got this little guy here. This is a SV, Dragonfly 2 for Reforged Eden. And this is by Lycan 4. And yeah, I thought right off the gates, I like the overall. It's kind of got the big shape appeal, or the smoother angles. But I thought the overall look and shape of the ship was pretty cool. It's kind of like a bit of a cross between some kind of like I wouldn't say a transport, more like some kind of gunship. It's got a little bit of elements that would remind me a bit of a helicopter, but it's not really a helicopter. Or anything like that either. So it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool looking design. It does look like it has some pretty good weapons on its stock here, especially when we get to our plasma cannons. 8 of those. We got some quite a few turrets on here as well. Probably mostly minigun turrets. There's not too many options for turrets on SVs. And yeah, decent looking thrust and stuff like that too. And it looks like we got kind of a drone hatch door, or a quick in and out door on the top. Again, that's kind of practical. I do this on a lot of these kinds of creations myself, and it's not like I've ever actually in game did the whole jumping thing and then hit F5 to deploy the drone outside of the door. It could be done, but it's also convenient. I just find that it's often convenient. Especially if you're coming at the ship from this angle and maybe you're in danger, maybe you're in trouble. So you could save yourself the time and effort to not have to walk all the way to the other side of the ship. You could kind of like jump in and get in quicker this way. Which is, you know, it's got its practical function, even if you're not using it as a specific drone hatch. Again, a lot of guns on here, though. It almost looks like it could do kind of some kind of aerial assault. Some of these turrets are set up so they can fire straight down as well. And I forgot to look at this. I forgot to look at the last ship to see if it had the white bottom. Man, I hate forgetting those things. So inside here, looks like, oh yeah, looks like everything's kind of behind these big doors here. Let's see what's. Oh yeah, look at all this stuff behind the door. Wow, we got everything. We got controllers, we got Pentaxid, RCS, Wi-Fi, O2, CPU blocks, fuel, cargo box, fridge. That is one busy section of stuff going on there. That's pretty cool though. I like how that's all kind of done up that way. What we got going on the other side? A whole lot more. A whole lot more. It looks like our main core is on this side. More cargo boxes. We got our CPU blocks over here. Drone hatch. Yep. Directly above there, switch, O2 station, ventilator, passenger seat, and detector as well. Kind of roomy in here, you know, a pretty good open area. And yeah, sensors and all that fun stuff too. Very nice, very nice. And nice little heads-up display on the pilot. See, I like the glass here. I like how that's shaped and formed around the pilot seat. That's cool. It's cool. So one thing I didn't notice right off the gates is if this had a shield or warp drive in it. I would probably say, I don't know. I don't want to say because I'm wrong often if I do. I even forgot to mention the constructor up there. I didn't even see that till now. So maybe I'm missing a shield or something here too. As in warp drive, I'm not sure. Those are pretty big, and how this is set up, I don't think it would necessarily have the room to fit a warp drive in here. So I don't think it has a warp drive, but it would have the room for a shield. We have a Pentaxid tank, so I would have to say this has to have a shield, at least. And maybe this area down on the floor here is actually set up to place a warp drive. I was saying that it didn't look like it would have a lot of room for that kind of thing, but this is plenty enough room to place a warp core right in this location here. A lot of room on the ceiling up here too. So, well, anyway, let's take a look at some specs here and see if we can figure out some of these things here. Let's start with CPU. So we're at a it's not max CPU, I don't believe, unless I'm mistaken. 53,000 in Reforged Eden for an SV. Is that the highest you can go without the use of quantum or auxiliary cores, or does it go up another notch beyond that? That's something I'm not 100% sure on. It's been a little while since I did like a tier 4. I just recently did one. I should know this. Anyway, brain fart. So we're size class 1. Pretty good motion forward. So we got 50, 53 lift, 20 strafing, 32 reverse, 16 down, 3 generators, 5 fuel tanks, 3 hour and 38 minute build time, 9 minigun turrets, 1 detector, and 8 plasma cannon launcher style. Nice. All right, and then CPU, obviously, regardless of the CPU, it's totally fitting the CPU, so there's no issues whatsoever with CPU either. And let's take a look at the storage on here. You know, I think I also forgot to do that on the last ship. I gotta get back there. So we got 4 2.5K ammo storage things, and it looks like beyond that a storage box and a couple storage boxes and a fridge. Now, in stats here, is it going to tell me if you got a shield? I imagine it would, right? Something I just was curious about. So warp. Okay, so here's our Pentax tank. RCS. Where would the shield even? Would shield be its own thing? Defense. What's that? Heavy shield. Oh, it does have a heavy shield in it. It's under defense. Okay. So yeah, shield and Pentax tank. It looks like a location. If I were just to guess, location to add a warp drive, which would probably sit kind of right in this section here. Maybe even propped up a little bit on the ceiling, maybe. Just a guess. I'm not sure if that's what that was intended for or not. It just looks like it would be enough room to add one in that location. Very cool creation here. Before I get to the last one, let me just take a look at this guy over here again, and I want to see what's going on with his storage. So we got an ammo controller, 4 ammo controllers at 320K. Sorry I didn't get this in on the first run through the ship here. So it looks like it's largely based along 4 ammo controllers for all his storage needs, and primary focus of being combat oriented. So it makes a lot of sense, and you can put other stuff in controllers too. It doesn't have to be just ammo. So you do have some decent storage there. And then beyond that, you have these cargo pallets and miscellaneous other smaller storage things. And this is just the last thing. I just want to see if the bottom's white. It does kind of got some white going on here, doesn't it? Yeah, look at that. Yeah, okay. Shark's got to have a white bottom. I'm not sure if that's true for all sharks. I know it is for, like, the great whites and those kind of sharks, but, you know. Anyway, moving on here. So the next one here is the Embla. And this is by Jupiter Vessel Corp. And this is the Embla Starter 1.7 for Reforged Eden. Or Reforged. Yeah, right off the gates, I thought this looked really really nice. It's kind of a black ship, generally speaking, but does have some texture stuff going on, as well as texture lights and some cool LCDs on the outside. Everything goes very well together. The lighting, the color tones, and the LCDs. Yeah, kind of a cool looking overall structure to this creation here. So we've got our side thrust kind of in these housings over there, reverse thrust. Got some sentry guns, a couple antenna there. Obviously you could probably slap in some launchers, or if you're going to use it like that, but this is a starter ship, so I'm going to kind of treat it that way, looking at the specs, see how it all comes out to on the numbers and what it's got to offer for being a starter. Starter, typically lower level, cheaper ships, you know, something to get going with. Often a lot of upgradability to them, so you can use it longer in game and do more functions with it. I'm just kind of taking a good look at the overall hull on this, and like the landing pad on the back here. It's kind of elevated by a block row up. It's got a lot of detail because of that. A lot of these little more complex blocks in the mix here to give it some depth. I don't think that would mess with you at all when you're landing though. So I think that should be totally fine. Alright, so now I got to find my way in the ship. Turrets there. Oh, there it is. Those really blend in, I tell you. Alright, so we come up here. We got an elevator and then a back door. Let me go to lighting. Pretty bright room in here. Nice. So over here we got some medical equipment in kind of a side display case here. That's slick. I like that. Double door there, ventilator. I'll have to walk back around that hallway here. It looks like we got a pretty large engineering area here. Again, I like the walkway and the railings. A bunch of information about upgrading it. Again, it kind of expected on a starter. And we do have a Reforged Eden small shield in here stock, but it kind of looks like it's set up. And I'm sure this, if I read all this, looks like it would have room to put in the full-size 3x3x3 shield as well in this area. If I'm getting this right here. Maybe I'm not. Well, no. This sign would go away. Shield could fit here. I believe pretty unobstructed. So yeah, it does look like you could put in a definitely a full-size shield as well. The full-size shields, I mean, there's an option on Reforged Eden to use kind of like the SV style shield, which is definitely a smaller part, but it also has smaller hit points. It's great for a starter. It doesn't use as much CPU as the big shields, easier to fit in the ship, but it looks like this one's set up to also add in a larger shield, or the full-size type. And then up here, so S, yeah, generator location here, wireless. Nice. And yeah, definitely like all the instructions here too. It's definitely helpful. To solve any mysteries. I'm really trying to do that on most things too, to put in some kind of instructions, even if I don't even write it super wonderful. At least if I can get the message apart about like what symbols mean what, or things like that. So yeah, the other part of the medical bay on the other side. I really think this how this was presented here is really cool. And this would get us back into that area. So let's see if we can find a way up here. Yeah, right up the elevator there. That's where I came in at. So let's go up to the next floor. Looks like this goes two directions. So looks like we got a small crew area here, as well as the facilities for that. A bathroom and shower. Nice. And pretty much, yep, another crew room on that side. And what are we going to here? Oh, looks like we got a grow plot area. Looks like 9 grow plots. These are your filler blocks, so you don't have to pay for those right off the gates. Nice looking. Nice. It tells you which way's on and off. That's cool. Today's menu: fake eggs and real coffee. Good old fake eggs. What are those called? There's egg beaters or something like that. Yeah, I think they're kind of like fakest eggs or something like that. Yeah, cool. Let's take the elevator up another floor. Got a storage controller right here. Going up the elevator, O2 and med bay here. Some quick outs of the ship right near the bridge again. Again, a good idea. I like how this text is lining up to the texture here. That's a pretty cool idea. A nice looking deco piece over there. And then we got idle mode. Power saving mode. I gotta assume that yeah, if this was off, it'd probably shut off the thrusters and non-essential parts to conserve energy. We got our pilot seat over here. Yeah, nice. So I'm wondering, did I miss anything? What I was looking for is some constructors or crafting of some origin. And that, I'm not sure if I just walked past it and didn't see it. I am seeing like a armor repair, an armor locker, and a lot of other stuff. Well, that's interesting. Oh, yeah, right here. Yeah, I did miss it. So we got a, looks like I would say that's definitely an advanced constructor over there. That's cool. So yeah, it's got that in there as well. Let's take a look at some specs here. Start with we are size class 2, 5 hour and 1 minute build time. Definitely going to say the base hull on this one is probably steel. I guess I just sort of assumed that. It does require a little bit of estrium and zirconium, but a very, very small amount. And other than that, pretty basic resources for the most part here. I'm surprised. Oh yeah, cobalt. Yeah, you're gonna need some cobalt. Yeah, I think you need cobalt for any kind of starter flying ship, CB. I think that's unavoidable. 6 fuel tanks. La, la, la. 3 oxygen tanks. Forward thrust, strafing thrust. So forward's decent. 36, 11 strafing, 34 lift. Whatnot. So unlock level 12. Not bad, not bad at all. Some numbers keep on changing a little bit too. I think I ran into a couple past ships I made that I thought unlocked at player level 10, but have changed to 12. At least in Reforged Eden. Let's see. So CPU wise, so we are at CPU. I would give this as like CPU tier 2, or I'd call this a tier 2 creation stock. So it fits under 400,000 nicely. Yeah, medium thrusters, turrets. Let's take a look at base weapons. Does have 4 minigun turrets, 3 sentry guns, and a detector as well. And obviously, yeah, some upgradability to it. Instructions on what to put in and where, things like that. No, okay, cool looking ship. Doesn't break the bank. It's deemed as a starter. Stuff like this over here to CS CPU. Guessing, I'm not sure. Probably have to read the sign. Yeah, it's got all this information over here. S shield capacitor X4. C shield charger. Shield charger X2. Is that something new? A shield charger, or is that just meaning generators? Also thrusters. Nice. Yeah, really cool looking design. Yeah, a lot of upgrading in this room, at least with the symbols here. So the CS is still the S shield capacitor. I don't know what that is. I don't know what a shield capacitor is, or a shield charger. So I'm a little confused, and I see the symbols here, but and it looks like enclosed medium thruster. It would be almost like I'm not sure. What are those pieces? Are these new parts? I know there's a lot of new stuff always coming out in Reforged Eden. In fact, I've seen some new parts when I was screwing around working on that space station a little bit, and I was like, huh, look at that. And there is some ramps in there too that were airtight, and I kind of wanted to use them, but I wasn't sure if those were legit in vanilla or not. So I haven't used them yet. Instead, I replaced a couple ramps I had with the shuttered doors instead, because they are airtight. But it looks like there's an option for ramps to be airtight as well in Reforged Eden. But I didn't. Again, since I'm trying to have dual compatibility, I wasn't 100% sure if I wanted to go that route. So yeah, that's gonna be a long video, I tell you. So a couple more things here. This is in the spotlight right now too, and this is very different from the norm. I just wanted to kind of take a look at this. This is the DBZ Friends' base number 79 by Dragon Sage. And this is a Dragon Ball Z inspired creation. Now, I'm not very familiar with Dragon Ball Z. I've heard of it many times. I've never really, I've never played it or really did anything with it. But I gotta say, I'm really liking the architecture here. That's cool. The kind of dome buildings. I like the color accents here. And the general shaping of how these towers are done. And yeah, like big dome building there, and these towers. This is a cool feature here too. This kind of like tower section, but it's got this cutout going into this other section right below it there. I do like that. I do like that. Yeah, a lot of neat architecture going on. Kind of a cool looking building in real life. Yeah, it kind of looks spacey, technical, like it could be some kind of I don't know, power plant or something along those lines. Again, I apologize. I'm just completely not familiar with Dragon Ball to really understand exactly what all this is about. But I think it looks really cool. Um, like the round architecture here. These pillar beams look pretty cool with the use of the particular round blocks there, curved blocks. And that's going to be a kind of a big one. I almost I briefly I walked through a little bit of this earlier, and to me it kind of reminded me like it would be like a great shooter kind of level. Like if you were on foot and there's bad guys all over the place and you're shooting them, it's a very sprawling base setup. A lot of rooms, a lot of hallways, a lot of corridors. Um, it's big too. So I probably won't go through all of it, but wow, I'm going up this is one tall elevator here, I tell you. Holy smokes! We even changed color. It got so tall. Uh, Man, wow. Where am I going? Yeah, okay, I'm going right up that tower there. Yeah, I can see why that's such a tall elevator. Let's walk around a little bit more in this. So, um, beyond that, it also looks like it would be kind of a base here too. So it looks like we've got a farm section, at least where I came into over here. Not exactly sure how you would lay out the grow plots here, but it's a cool looking design or pattern design on the grow lights. Maybe they're just used for effect, or maybe you remove the wooden areas here and pop in your grow plots there. Is that 3 blocks? Oh, that's 2 blocks. It's interesting. I'm not 100% sure on how that works out, but that is you could certainly fit a lot of grow plots in here, in this room area. And it looks like right below there we've got fridges and food processors. Like the outside windows. Some of these are like suspended catwalks. And just look at how big some of these room areas are, and these cool looking like angled walkways and stuff. I do like the angled walkways. It's hard to pull those off. You got to have a pretty big creation to really do angled hallways nicely, because they do take up more space for sure. But this place is huge, and it's got a lot of different rooms on it, and there's a lot of base functionality in here as well. Over here, obviously a medical bay. I'm not sure what's around a lot of these different areas here. Big landing pad off the side here. Yeah, I like how that's done too. The suspended piece out here and stuff like this support beam here. This is actually needed, I think. If it didn't have that, I think the structural integrity might start to collapse part of the ends of the blocks over there. And let's see. Wow. Yeah, this is big. I'll have to look at the size class on it too. So yeah. Out to another landing pad over here. Definitely a one-of-a-kind kind of thing here. Can't say I've seen any other creation quite like it. Neat. Yeah. Here, let's wow. It's like a city. It really is. The thing is giant. Yeah. I think I was in one of the upper hallways in this room area already. I'm just trying to get kind of a general look around. I know this video is going on for a long time here. I got one more thing to show you. This is really cool. A lot of exploring. This could make one heck of a POI as well. A lot of room space and hallways and areas to cover. Could be quite the campaign on foot. I don't know if there's any intent on having this like some kind of POI or not, but certainly Certainly got room in it, for sure. And a giant landing pad over off to this, the other side over here, too. So again, yeah, very cool architecture. I like the idea that, I mean, this entire thing is ASEM, which is really cool. So you know, building out all the hall work and everything was one of a kind, and it wasn't you know, copied in symmetry or whatnot. So very cool creation. Definitely check that out and explore it. There's a lot more to explore, I am positive of, on that. So let's see. So next here we have the OTM Spaceport RE by Ripley. And this one I found in new releases this morning. Usually every morning, before doing one of these videos, I usually like to just see what's in new releases to see if something really sticks out. And this was there, and I thought this looked pretty interesting. So this is the obvious spaceport. Again, cool looking architecture and things like that going on here too. It looks like there's quite a lot of lighting involved in this one too. Now, some of the things that I've been noticing, and I think looks really quite neat, is how these landing pads are done here. What we got is heavy glass over the actual solar panels and you know, some different block work, but this makes the landing pad, and it looks all glossy and everything too, but totally usable. That I think is a pretty slick idea. Of course it's going to cost you a lot of glass, you know, to lay that over such a large area like this, but that is a cool looking effect. And I gotta say, and those solar panels are working under there too, so it looks better than if you just had the solar panels at the top level. And how all that's kind of sunk in there. That's cool. And you get that reflectiveness on it too, so you're seeing the reflection of the clouds and things like that on the big landing pad here. One of the big landing pads. So this is another big sprawling complex. And it looks like it's set up too. Now, I always worry, you know, with these big creations, they are hard to spawn in on the ground, but this one does look like it's set up pretty well with pillars on the bottom side as well to not have it collapse, even if it wasn't spawned all the way down. Like, it's probably supposed to be spawned down to this level here, and I probably screwed that up. And we got some more of that kind of glass solar panel array over on this section. We got another whole big building over there, but let's go take a look here. Let me go to lighting as well. So yeah, definitely a clean look. Some colors involved in here too. We got our solar right over there, but it's also protected by that heavy glass above that. So yeah, beyond looking cool, that's also this would be super weak if it didn't have that glass here. Solar panels don't have much hit points. This is a cool looking display for constructors over here. Again, some glass. It looks like you could physically touch all the constructors in the corner here, and then you've got some container controllers right there as well. And looks like we got a deconstructor over in the side over here. I like that housing for it. That big red housing. It definitely sticks out. Again, I always love you know, when people take the time to display parts and do neat things like that. I'm also really thinking this whole idea here going on with these furnaces turned sideways looks pretty cool too, behind the glass. Another deconstructor, obviously in red, so that really sticks out. Nice crafting area here. A lot of functionality in this room for crafting things like that. Looks like we've got some other parts below here, like a Wi-Fi right in the middle there. And we got all these other buildings going on here too. So, not sure. This looks like it could certainly be like a farm section, but I'm not sure if it was intended for that. But yeah, it's kind of cool. And it's got the walkways over there. No, our farm's over here. So no, that's not a farm section there. So we've got that going on here. That's kind of cool. Red, blue, green, and red LCDs. Multicolored LCDs going across the top there, and some solar capacitors. Again, kind of like laid out a bit like a city. Small city. And here we've got armor repair, armor lockers, place to chill. Actual people in here. Advanced CPU block. Teleporter. Kind of wonder, you know, I think everybody that puts in a teleporter is always kind of tasked to add in a sensor to make that teleporter turn on or off in the ship. Kind of wonder, since you always pretty much want to do that, wouldn't it make sense if the part itself would only turn on if you walked on it, and you wouldn't need to put in that extra sensor to do that? If you don't, it drains a lot of power. So I'm just a weird thought out there. It's like not that important or anything like that, but just something that, you know, could be looked at. If you no longer needed a sensor to for teleporters, it would make them a little bit easier to place inside of certain creations that don't have a lot of space for sensors and things like that. Nice landing pad out here. No, this is cool. Yeah, it's just one of those things I wanted to check out. Love this big hangar over here. Oh, this is the building I haven't been over to yet. I'm sure I missed rooms in these other ones too. I'm just trying to get the good general idea of these. Wow, this is a giant building inside of here. So what do we got? It looks like these are just cargo boxes. We got some fuel. We got some O2, CPU blocks. Big glass ceiling on here too. A lot of solar capacitors, generator. Yeah, some solar panel underneath the glass over here too. So yeah, this is just like this giant area to store cargo boxes and capacitors and all kinds of other things. Fuel, O2, some generators. Okay, so that and then up above on top of there is the really big landing pad. So I would say this is more of a landing pad for CVs. Again, I like the glass in there, the kind of breakup. You can land on top of this, so it works totally cool as a landing pad. But yeah, it's neat. It's a nice looking style, kind of the clean white and black look mostly, but it's also got some color in there too, the red accent colors. And then some areas I think even had some blue in it too. So yeah, yeah, definitely with a lot of glass and other things. So yeah, really cool design. And another one to check out if you're looking for a big sprawling production base that can land even like pretty good sized CVs and you know, SVs and of course HVs and all that stuff, plus a hangar and some farming and defense. So yeah, pretty much all kinds of stuff. Of course, you know, when you actually spawn it in the game, it would be sitting down a little bit more than what I've got it here. I probably should have sunk that in the ground more, but I can get into trouble doing that too, because you walk through part of it and all of a sudden you got dirt coming through the floor or something like that. So got to watch that as well. Anyway, that's pretty much it for today's workshop look here, except for I want to check out some specs over here. So CPU wise, it looks like it's pretty happy here at 910,000. Not exactly sure how that translates. I would say that's a tier 4 in Reforged Eden, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Size class 13. Wasn't sure how big the size class was going to be. I assumed that the big areas of glass were going to jump up the size class quite a bit more. They are a more expensive part to place. About a 24-hour build time. Looks like decent defenses. Not, you know, its bases aren't really offensive. So yeah, it's looks like it could certainly protect itself from drone attacks and things like that. A lot of generators in here. A lot of those are solar capacitors, but there are some backup generators. 12 fuel tanks. And let's take a look at the storage over here. So we've got a constructor out. Looks like the storage is very well colorized and labeled, and a lot of different storage setups here. core box in. I'm not sure on the size of all these. That would take a while to go through and look. It certainly looks like at least some of them that I'm looking at are big controllers, 320, 280, and some more 320s. Probably on the Steam Workshop description, it would probably have better information on how much total capacity is in this. But it's going to have quite a lot, and this is pretty cool too. This is really set up for gameplay usage again, being able to sort everything right off the gate, stuff like that, and place for like everything. So yeah, whoever the author behind this obviously is playing the game, and this, who knows, this might have been built in the game itself, playing the game, and not you know, some of my first things that I made too were actually made in survival and not in creative mode. So I kind of wonder if that is the case with this. If it was, that's really cool. I mean, it's a lot harder to build this in survival than it is in creative. It takes longer. You know, it's a little bit harder too. You don't have quite the controls. You can't fly around easily. You got to use a drone to place things you can't reach and stuff like that. So there's a lot more to it, which does take more time. So anyway, that is pretty much it for today's look at the workshop. There are some things I need to get caught up on, some comments and some recommendations from other people on some creations that I was recommended to look at. I had a list on my desktop. However, when I was recently installing something, I ran out of hard drive space on my main hard drive, and I started going through and cleaning everything up and cleaned up a lot of space. And somehow I removed my list of things that I meant to look at, which kind of stinks, because now I got to try to track down where I actually got those comments from, and they could be somewhere. They could be in Discord. They could be in Steam. They could be in Steam chat. I'm not sure yet. I got to look at some of that stuff, figure out where those are and what creations they were again. But hopefully I can figure that out, and I'll try to do like a different video someday, kind of taking a look at some of these other things that people wanted me to look at, and I haven't got to it yet. I apologize for that. But anyway, y'all have yourself a great weekend. Hope you enjoyed this. Hopefully I didn't move the camera too quickly this time. I might have jolted around a little bit, but I'm trying to improve that. It's easy to forget when you're running around, you know, doing these videos, especially I'm no professional. You know, I build, that's my thing. I'm not really a YouTuber. Never really have been. So there is that. I don't have a lot of experience. I'm trying to get experience, and that's kind of why I like to often ad hoc these videos. Well, there's a couple reasons for it. One, it saves time, but the other reason is, you know, so I get more comfortable with being able to just, you know, not have not edited videos. I can make a lot more mistakes in an edited video. Unedited, I make mistakes, but I'm trying to reduce the number of mistakes for sure. I think it's just good experience. Anyway, y'all have yourself a good day. I will talk to you later.